With the announcement of Generation 8 in the Galar region, I'm going to go over what my favorite Pokemon in Generation 7 and the Alola region are. In this video, I'll be sharing with you all of my favorite Pokemon from Generation 7. When the starters were revealed and I saw Rowlet, I knew that was the Pokemon I wanted to pick right from the start, and as it evolved and became a cool Robin Hood owl, Decidueye, I used Decidueye for both of my playthroughs for Pokemon Sun and for Pokemon Ultra Sun, and was very satisfied with the Pokemon overall. I enjoyed the variety of moves that it had, and I just think it's an overall very cool Pokemon. Vikavolt is another really cool Pokemon that I enjoyed using in my playthroughs of Pokemon Sun and Ultra Sun. In fact, I really have to say that it's one of the most powerful Pokemon in the Alola region. While Grubbin and Charjabug kind of left a little bit to be desired, once I saw that really cool Beetle Pokemon, I knew I had to use it. The fact that it's a Beetle with pinching pincers, but those pincers are actually used to be a railgun to perform its electric attacks. I believe that's what they were going for. And it has this really cool sleek design that is almost reminiscent of a Gradius Jet from that Konami game. There's really not much I don't like about Vikavolt. Despite its small size, Ribombee is incredibly fast and incredibly powerful as a special attacker. I actually wasn't expecting that Pokemon to be much of anything, and it really won me over. I like that it's probably the most fairy looking of all the fairy Pokemon, and I also enjoy the fact that, you know, it has an attack that when it uses it on its ally, it'll restore health, but if it uses it on an opponent, it actually does damage. It's so unique, and it's a very cool Pokemon just on the premise that it's very unassuming of how powerful it can be. Lycanroc is also one of my favorite Pokemon from the Alola region. Now, it is a wolf Pokemon, which is very cool. I would have used it regardless of its type. It has the very cool move Accelerock, which is just awesome and fun to say. It also reminds me of Tiger of the Wind from Monster Rancher, if you remember that franchise from way back in the day. And overall, it's just got such a cool design that I can't really see anyone not liking this Pokemon. Wishiwashi is easily one of the most unique Pokemon, and that's why I like it so much. Its schooling form isn't so much a transformation, it's just that it summons more of itself to help in its fight. It becomes so much more powerful when it's not in its regular form, solo form. And really, it was so unassuming, and I think that's what I like, when a Pokemon doesn't look like it's going to be all that powerful, but then it proves to be one of the strongest that you can find. How can you not like something like that? The ground type is one of my favorite types, and choosing Mudsdale to be my ground type Pokemon for my playthrough of Pokemon Ultra Sun, I was very surprised and impressed with how much of a powerful tank this Pokemon was. Its ability stamina kept increasing its defense, and it just seemed like after 2 or 3 hits, it was taking very little to no damage, and I just sat there and was in amazement of how powerful this horse Pokemon was. And it's not even that it's just bulk and takes hits. No, it has a lot of powerful damage dealing moves. I can't imagine anybody really disliking this Pokemon for any reason. Salazzle was a Pokemon that I knew I had to use just for that corrosive ability. I felt it was going to be a very game-changing ability to be able to poison types and steel types. Being a fire type, it already can stand up to both of those types very well, but Salazzle is just very cool looking. It's almost kind of evil looking in a way, and really, it was just too cool of a type combination to pass up on using this Pokemon. I was very happy to use it in my playthroughs, and really, Fire Poison, like I said, is just an awesome type combination. I really like Minior. That's all I can really say here. It is one of the most fun Pokemon of the Alola region. Its Shields Down ability is both offensive and defensive, and I like the science behind it too, that its color will change depending on the particles that it was eating when it was in the higher atmospheres. And of course, my favorite is the green one. There's not really much else to say here. I just really like this Pokemon just because of all the concepts and ideals behind it. I was very excited for the dragon fighting type Pokemon Como, and while it's not exactly a martial artist, it is an armored dragon, which is cool nonetheless. It uses its skills to make clamorous sounds to attack its foes with sound waves, and, well, it's just a really cool Pokemon. Instead of being the usual offensive force that you expect of the pseudo-legendary, this one's actually more of a defense-oriented one, breaking the mold that they all have to be overly powerful attackers, but still, being an armored dragon makes Como cool all unto itself. I would have picked Pokemon Sun regardless of the box legendary, however, Solgaleo just really sold it. It looks like a Blade Liger. It's white, so it reminds me of the Liger Zero. It's a lion. That's very cool. And even though it wasn't a fire type, it was a Psychic Steel that was very unexpected. Still, Solgaleo is a very awesome Pokemon. Nevi was fun to work with to save the Alola region. And really, it's just that it looks like a Zoid. That's all it really took to sell me on this Pokemon. Even if it was utter trash, I would have still loved this Pokemon, just for that reason. The Alolan form Ninetales is another favorite of Gen 7. Even though it's normally a Cantonian Pokemon, the Alolan form Ninetales is something new to Gen 7, so I will include the Alolan forms in this video. The Alolan Ninetales is indeed a very majestic, very mysterious looking Pokemon. It is very beautiful, and I guess being Ice and Fairy just add to the elegance and the mystery of this Pokemon. Like, you just look at it and can't help but feel like this is just an absolutely stunning Pokemon. It is very powerful in battle, yes, but even with that aside, this is just wow. They really did Ninetales justice by giving it this form. I used an Alola Marowak in my playthrough of Ultra Sun, and I gotta say, I was really impressed with how powerful it was. I had never really given much attention to the standard Marowak, but the Alola Marowak, its body having the markings on it that look like bones, the fact that it is a Bone Keeper, and just how cool its bluish-green underworld flames are. Yeah, and it's a flame dancer as well. There's a lot going on with this Pokemon that I really liked with it. Fire is also one of my favorite types, and my Marowak had Lightning Rod, so it had like 2 immunities. Normal attacks and electric attacks could not touch it. It was almost like I was getting like both versions of the Marowak in one just because of that ability. So it became a very powerful Pokemon and was easily the MVP of my playthrough of Pokemon Ultra Sun. I instantly liked the Alolan Exeggutor just because it's a Pokemon that's been in theory and in concept since at least Gen 1, if not Gen 2, because we saw what it might have looked like in the Island expansion of the card game, and I saw it in a magazine where they were showing us what Gold and Silver Pokemon might look like before the games actually came out. I thought it was really cool, and the fact that it has its own signature move of Dragon Hammer, oh, just think about it. You're in battle. Exeggutor, use Dragon Hammer. It just sounds so cool to say. Grass Dragon is a really cool typing, and really, like I said, this Pokemon has been thought of for such a long time that when I finally got to see it and knew that we finally got to have it, I thought that was really cool. And there you have it. Those are all of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 7. Let me know about your favorite Pokemon from Pokemon Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Moon in the comment section below. Or if you just want to tell me about your favorite Pokemon, or if you thought something about one of the Pokemon that I mentioned, make sure to let me know. Make sure to hit the links in the description box to follow me on social media. Make sure to give this video a like. Do subscribe. Make sure to check out my other videos in the right-hand column.